Number 1, learning what works best for you. Really, you're going to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and they do help. YouTube is wonderful for getting information of different types of products and techniques, but just understand that everything that you see will not work for your hair type. So you have to learn what works well for you. And so it's so easy to become a product junkie, where you go and buy all these different products because you see somebody, you come across somebody's channels and their hair is beautiful and their hair is popping, and you're like, wow, I want that. Take that with a grain of salt. See if you can get the smaller bottle. A lot of different, especially of the higher end products, you can get smaller, maybe 2-3 ounce bottles of it versus buying the big bottle, so that you can make sure that it works well for you. Number 2, deep conditioning must be a part of your routine. Again, you wash, you're conditioning, but you need to take once a week to deep condition your hair. Find the product that works best for you, but to give your hair that chance to absorb the nutrients it needs, the hydration it needs, the time to just absorb all the stuff it needs to make it healthy. So again, there's several methods of deep conditioning. You can do it with oil. You can do it with, there are several deep conditioners out there. You can do it even with natural conditioners such as shea butter or coconut oil. But again, make that part of your weekly routine. Your hair will love you for it. Number 3, be careful with the styling tools. And I am saying this very politically correct, because Marquis or Key Light wants to say don't use styling tools. But I understand sometimes based on what you're doing with your hair, you want to use styling tools. But that goes beyond just the combs. Definitely don't use any bristle brushes like with the kind that your brother would use or your husband uses, those little black bristle brushes. Don't use those at all. Those are not your friend. You can use a denim brush. Best to use a modified, where you take out every other row, just because you're wanting to use it to detangle your hair when it's completely wet and saturated with product, or a wide tooth comb. But other than that, when your hair is not wet, don't use styling tools. It's just better if you don't. 4, avoid using heat. You can use heat. There are wash and goes where once you do your hair, you can sit up under or overhead dryer and dry your hair. Flat iron your hair. I know that in that first year, once you see your hair, your TWA starts to grow, you want to say, wow, I want to see how long you start doing your little length checks, and you want to say, I want to straighten my hair. I've done it. Everybody does it. Try not to do it all the time. You will do it within that first year, maybe once or twice in that first year, but try to avoid doing that, because the heat does damage your hair. And if you must do it, make sure you only use the flat iron or whatever styling tool you use one time pass. The best way to try to use heat is to do it with either some type of curl formers, roller set, flexi rods. Those are better. Still, heat overall is best to not use. Big 5. You must get a maintenance cut at least 6 to 8 months within that first year. I've seen so many people, myself included, which at least I didn't wait as long, but wait so long because their hair is growing and like, I got my big chop, I've gotten all of the relax out my hair, I don't want to cut my hair because I want my hair to grow. You have some people that says, oh, I want to cut my hair every 3 months because that's going to help it grow. Really, cutting it every 3 months, you're just going to be cutting off your new growth. If you wait until several months down the road, a year or more down the road, to get your hair cut for the first time, you're subject to have to get more cut off than you intentionally wanted to, because your ends are going to be so bad. With newly transitioned, newly natural people, you tend to manipulate, try different products, a lot of different things you do to your hair, and it's not always great. And so until you're finding what works best for you, you're probably damaging your hair. So you want to cut those ends off so that you can have it healthy hair that's going to grow to the length that you want it to. 6. Everything doesn't work for everybody. You know, again, I mentioned this earlier, but it's important. Some products that you try, it's not going to work. So be careful and cautious of that. Don't get discouraged, because your hair is for you. So you will find what works for you. Just don't get discouraged. I've met some people that have reverted back into the relaxer. There are certain times of the year where it's easier to do your hair, and certain times of the year that's harder to do your hair, depending on where you live. If it's hot, you know, sometimes it's hard. When in the winter time, a lot of people don't want to walk out the house with their hair wet. So you have those challenges. Just stay strong, work through it. Again, you look at YouTube videos and find out what works best for you, and keep moving forward. 7. Stop touching your hair. I will repeat for emphasis. Stop touching your hair. I know when you first going, you get natural and you got the curls and you have that relaxer off your hair, you tend to want to touch it and pull it and manipulate it and move it. Do it when it's wet. After you've had your styling product in it, even when it's wet, it's best to touch your hair as less as possible. Once you get that product and it starts to settle in your hair, leave it alone, or it's going to frizz, which is going to look dry, and it's only because you're touching your hair. There are even people that don't like now, you can walk up to somebody and they don't want you touching your hair now, but it's because of the frizz. Because continuously touching and manipulating it does make it frizz up, and makes the ends, sometimes your ends get dry and then they'll start to knot up and you have other issues. 8. Avoid excessive washing of your hair. Shampoo, we need to cleanse our scalp and our hair, but shampoo has so many strong, harmful detergents that can really strip your hair. If you must use shampoo, please use sulfate-free shampoo so that it can rinse out with water. Shampoos have very strong chemicals, and the detergents strip your hair of its natural oils, which make it harder to have those defined curls. They will frizz much easier and will appear to be much drier. So avoid shampooing yourself and your hair in excess. It's probably better to wash your hair once every 2 weeks. Maybe integrate co-washing. So that's when you're just washing your hair with conditioner. Put the conditioner in your hair, rinse that out, and then go proceed with your normal styling routine. You'll be amazed if you ease back on the shampoo how much more moisture your hair holds. 9. Look before you leap. Research. Look up the ingredients. Research different techniques. Look up the ingredients that are in the products that you buy. Every time I pick up a product off the shelf, I look at it. I might not know all what I'm looking at, but if you buy stuff from Sally's or certain vendors like Walmart or Target, you can bring it home, do your Google search, look it up. If you see there are items in it that you don't want, you can take it back. Learn what works good for your hair. Some products are high in protein. Some people, hair is sensitive to protein. You have to learn that about your hair. Do these products have mineral oils? Mineral oils tend to build up on your hair. So how often will you need to cleanse it? So all these things do come into play. Sometimes you'll see on YouTube videos where some people pair two things together, and you may try it and may not work. But if you take one of those items and try it with something that you may have in your cabinet, it may work perfectly. So again, look, research, try everything before you just jump into it. You know, take a little small section. Use your whatever days that you have are down days that you can kind of experiment that day and not worry about going anywhere. Use that experiment days. Try twist outs and bantu knots and coils. That try all those things on those days. But again, research what works best for you. 10. YouTube has definitely helped me with my transition, with where I am today. If it wouldn't be for YouTube, I don't know what my hair will look like. When I get to my 2-year marker, I'm almost there. I will show some video, I'll do a vlog of what my pictures look like from when I first did my big chop, how it looked good, and then I had some shaky moments there, and then I went to the curly girl method. So again, share, keep learning. I'm still learning. As I learn, I will share with you guys. Thank you.